Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At forhers.com/4u, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored just for you. These include oral medication kits or compounded GLP-1 injections. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits start at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hers brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatment plans that put your goals first. Reach your weight loss goals with help through Hers. Get started at forhers.com/4u to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/4u, forhers.com/4u. Paid for by Hims and Hers Health. Weight loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply.
Welcome to the So You Missed Church podcast. We are happy to have you here with us today. Happy Monday to you. This is Clint Daly, and I'm hoping that if you missed church this week, or maybe you just didn't go, and maybe you didn't even miss it that much, that we can still help you get your week started in a positive way. You know, growing up, I was an anxious little kid. I had quite the imagination, and I spent a lot of sleepless nights as a little guy, and then I kind of grew out of it a little bit. And I was a lot better as I was like a teenager into high school, a young adult. And then I had children. Yeah, I don't want to scare any of you that might be considering having children. But having children is part of the purest joy and love that you can have in life. And also part guerrilla warfare. You know, I've heard it said that having children is kind of like opening a bowling alley. Opening a bowling alley inside your skull, because there's constant noise, there's constant yelling. Every once in a while there's a strike, there's a lot more yelling. But here is something I want you to think about. If I asked you, what is it you want out of life? Most people would say the same thing, wouldn't they? Well, I just want to be happy. And yet, if you ask people without children, and then ask people with children the same question, are you happy? The people without children would usually say yes, far more than the parents would say yes, because parents aren't always happy. I mean, it makes sense. They aren't sleeping. They're trying to figure out how to pay for things. They don't get any time to themselves. They're worn out from acting like they know what they're doing. Non-parents score higher in the happiness quotient. They don't have that bowling alley in their brain. Okay, so why in the world do people keep having kids? But the answer to that question is actually the real answer to what people really want in life. You see, we say we want happiness. What do you want in life? I want to be happy. Well, that actually isn't completely true. Yes, of course, we do want happiness. No one wishes for misery. But we actually want two things out of life. See, we want happiness, but every bit as important as happiness, and the reason that people do keep having children is beyond happiness. It is meaning and it is purpose. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I am not saying that people can't have meaning or purpose without having children. That's not it at all. What I am saying is that as humans, we crave happiness and we crave purpose. But these two things are not the same. I'll show you what I mean. When people think about their lives, and we think of maybe our youth, or even maybe your first job. One of my first jobs as a teenager was delivering pizzas. And I was struggling. And the pay was terrible. And the job was annoying. And you had to drive like a maniac to get the customer their pizza in 30 minutes or less, or the pizza was free because I had to pay for it. Oh, and by the way, back then, we didn't have GPS. So we either looked at a map on the wall or you just figured out the address by the block number. And yes, I realize as I say that, that must sound a lot like a Tyrannosaurus Rex telling you what it was like back in the days when they ran things. But when we remember those first jobs, we think about how fun they were and the people we hung out with or the music we listened to at the time. And we kind of romanticize it a little bit, don't we? And we might even tell ourselves they were the happiest days of our lives, even though they weren't. They were stressful. We were struggling to make enough money to just pay our bills. And if you could go back and ask yourself back then when you were broke and wished you had a better car and better food and nicer clothes, are you happy? Our answer would probably be, no, not yet, but I will be. So why do we think of those days as good times? Because we had a purpose. We had a goal. We had meaning. We had drive. And that is why many of us look back at our high school or college days, or even, like I said, early job years with fondness. And that is the reason that it is so important for us to evaluate what we truly want in our lives, whether that is in our career, or as parents, or as sons and daughters, or as friends, or in our marriage, or whatever it is that we are doing. In fact, sometimes as parents, we have such a hard time watching our kids struggle when they attempt difficult things. But it's important that they try difficult things because it gives them meaning and purpose. Hey, it's okay for them to not be happy, just as we often weren't happy. Because like us, they are getting meaning and they are getting purpose. See, the thing is, you don't have to have happiness every day. But if you don't have a purpose, you can get yourself into some tough situations. Let's go back to the book of Exodus. Moses delivers the Israelites out of Egypt. They're wandering around in the desert, and God tells Moses, go up on the mountain, get the 10 Commandments. And when Moses comes back down, what does he find? The people are partying, they're acting like fools, they're worshiping a golden calf that they have made themselves. What in the world are they doing? Yes, you're in the desert, but you're well taken care of. You're being fed, you have water, you're free from slavery, but they aren't happy. Why? Because they don't understand what their purpose was. Hey, in Egypt, as slaves, at least they had a purpose. They might not have liked it, but they had a purpose every single day. Now things are changed. You're free. You're no longer slaves, but why are we here? What is our goal? So Moses goes up the mountain to get those 10 Commandments that will actually give them a purpose in life to follow and a goal. But when he comes back down, they have built a golden calf, not because they are unhappy. It actually sounds like they're having quite a time. No, but because they are without a purpose. They have no aim. They are lost. Their life has lost meaning. And if you have no meaning, that will ultimately make you very unhappy in the long run. Hey, if you have no meaning, you have no life. But understand this, happiness can be fleeting. True joy is deeper than just happiness. But you can't have true joy unless you know what you're doing matters. Hey, God doesn't promise us a happy life. Like we have talked about before here on the podcast, life comes with sadness. It comes with disappointment. It comes with suffering and loss and pain. If you haven't experienced any of that yet, just wait. But you can live a meaningful, purposeful life. And as Christians specifically, we have a much bigger meaning. We have a much bigger purpose. We just need to remember what our purpose truly is. Hey, also remember, you can contact us anytime you need to. Reach out to us at youmisschurch@gmail.com. We would love to hear what you have to say. You can also follow us on Facebook or X at YouMissChurch, and you can subscribe to the podcast anywhere podcasts are hosted, or just follow us over on YouTube. Hey, I wish you all a very happy Monday, and I hope that you have a great week.